All right, so I didn't even think I'd be doing this, but I got tempted, and I think it might work. We don't know fully yet, but if you look in the, you look over here, you see a little clippy thing there, you see another clippy thing there, and you see that one there, and oh, look at that, there's nothing there. Well, that's what we're doing now. This is for the blinds, all right? We have one, I don't, well, actually, I took this one off just to see how the handyman did it. And we'll take a look at that if we're done here successfully. But the point is, the point is that I got 3 of these done pretty well. I actually had to modify things because this windowsill, the top one here is a little less recessed in because there's no, you can't open it. So it's a little deeper, meaning of the 2 screws in here, you can put one deeper back. My problem is when I attempted to do the blinds on the other side, I had to get a handyman for that because I'm incompetent. And I hit metal and oh my God, I don't know. The point is I figured it out because I took the old blinds off and I saw what the handyman did and I'm like, well, I can literally copy it, you know? And that's what we're doing now. So this is the last of 4 brackets to put up, or mounting brackets. Yeah, mounting brackets. I think that's what it's called. We got to keep the camera here because, you know, if someone puts this in and it's not on camera, can they claim to be competent for it? Yeah, I don't know. The language is not here today. Now, the problem I have is I broke before, I don't even remember when, but I broke the 9/64 drill, which is this one. Okay, and this is I have 2 1/8 drills. The point is, I need to use the smaller one because this doesn't drive anything in. All right. But before we do any driving, we actually have to measure it. I've been doing about 4 inches here. Okay, we're into 4 inches, right? So really just measure it this way because it's just a ruler, right? Okay. It doesn't really even matter that much because, yeah. But we have a mark over there. Oh boy, okay. That's what you get for, all right, being on this is actually a stool because I still have not bought a proper, I have a really tall ladder, I have a really sort of stool ladder thing. I don't have anything that is good for the 10-foot ceilings here. Except a stool, which is not good for standing on, but that's what we are at. So that's the mark. Now, this thing, to make the whole thing flush, and it's not like you have that many options, especially here. There's really not that much space. So you really don't have any options here. You really don't. You have a little more options here, but here you don't. Anyways, doesn't matter. Because I had to move the screw, I don't know if you can see it, you probably doesn't matter. You know, there's different holes where you can put it in, like here, here, here. I don't want to put it here for the bottom one because then you hit the metal thing here and that caused issues. Although it didn't cause any issues over here. We hit metal here and it wasn't an issue. So I don't know. The point is I am getting better at this shit. So it is kind of fun, but let's see what we're doing here. Yeah, we're going to do the smaller pilot drill. Okay. And just to make sure we can oh right, we still have to measure out the right, we still have to measure out where this goes. Right, this should be a little bit back here. Okay, and right over here. Okay. Now let me mark this so I can't see it. Okay, that's 4 inches there. Okay. That's probably straight, I hope. And we're actually, okay. Yeah, and then the question is, do these things, are they straight enough so they snap on? By the way, if you see the Band-Aids, I've been wrestling with the fans already. I try to snap, because the mechanism to snap this in and out is different than the old ones. It's basically the same system, but it's slightly different. And I tried to snap it in and out on the floor, and it just attacked me. Okay. And that was not a good omen, but okay, so we'll do this over here. Hold on, like right there. And then we'll do it in the front, middle thing. Okay. And is that straight? I can't make it any more straight, okay. There we go. God, that is awful. Now, my markings are not the best, but I think that should be good. And, all right, pilots. And, all right. All right. Oh, yes. I hope the battery still works on these. They just drain so quickly. It'd be ironic if we just ran out. Is this tight enough? All right. Pilot hole number 1. I am really not liking this. I do not feel any wood. Oh, Lord. So the reason I didn't do the back one, the super far back one, is I did do it, and then I put the screw in, and it didn't take. There's nothing back there. Son of a bitch. I don't feel any wood there. Like, you would need to struggle to... See, this is live. This is what happens when, you know, you get a house, and it's like, oh, sorry, we're not putting wood here. Go fuck yourself, right? Let me see. See, the problem is this isn't going to hold anything. You know what? It might. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it went through any wood. Now, we still want to do... And then you start drilling holes, and then there's too many problems with that because then it loosens the other one. Oh, good. Anyways, we want to put the bigger hole in there. Maybe that'll produce some better results. And then this one you have to put in a little too out because because this one's the one with the tip that doesn't work because I broke it at some point. All right, is it right? No, it's actually the wrong way. So that also doesn't help. No, that's wood. You know, I felt some wood there. Now, what I've also found is using this as the screwdriver is actually doesn't give you enough torque because I bought the cheapest thing imaginable, right? So you can do it manually a lot better to get that last ½ inch of wood there. I think there is wood there. It felt woodsy to me. Okay. But I'm definitely not... Oh, that's hot. Okay, yeah, kids. Your drill bits might be super fucking hot. And that's not good either. Which way? Righty-tighty, lefty-loose. Good Lord. Okay, this is going right. All right. This might hit some metal. And... no, that was right. We had so yeah, that's good. The problem is I don't want because the metal thing protects these protects the angles here. The problem with that, of course, is if it gets loose, the whole fucking pane and drywall comes out. You know. You know, the problem is it just feels so loose there. But when I drove the first screw in there, it felt like there was something there. I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure this out. It would be such a shame, like this last, this last set of screws is going. By the way, flooring concrete downstairs update. I got the schedule. They're doing it next week because it's Thanksgiving now. Or this week is Thanksgiving, I think, right? So, son of a... All right. that? I think the way this drill broke is a piece of it fell in there. I was testing it. Yes, it was the old deck. I was testing the deck just to see, you know, how you could pilot it in there. Like, this was years ago. And I think it still is in there, which for a place like, I mean, you can move it over, right? But it still is obnoxious. And then I'll see that it's 2 inches to the side, and I'll know why it's there, and that'll drive me insane. I mean, even more so, right? Well, all right, let's do the manual screwing, and, right. See, there's some metal here. I don't want to move the camera because that's weird, but we'll you know what, yes, that's the spoil, that's the teaser, this is cinematography thing, right, hold on, and we'll see the bit of metal that came out from the hole closer to us. I see 2 or 3, ooh, maybe even 3 metal things. 1 scrap, 2 scrap, a lot of little shavings. 1 big scrap for sure. We'll be able to see it if I don't blow it away, because it's actually all very small. But anyway, so let's do, oh Lord. See, what am I supposed to do here? Like, my hands... You know, I so wish, I've said this so many times, I so wish we learned this kind of shit in school instead of whatever bullshit we learned that's totally useless. You know? Man, that's going to be tough. So there is wood there. It's just, maybe I went far enough with this thing. You know? Okay, we got it. We can yeah, we don't need to drill more. It's just a hand thing, yeah. It's just a hand. Oh boy, see, this is why you don't use a stool. Flop out the window here, okay. And there we go. Look at that. Oh, that's feeling mighty loose. Okay, it's getting hard. Okay, good. So there must be some wood somewhere over here, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Now how far do, okay, yeah, we do need to figure that one out. Uh-huh. I think that'll be good, yeah. Oh boy, that is gonna be tough to screw it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Heroic efforts are undertaking to... Oh boy. 1, 2. Oh man, just off by that cunt's hair of a... Oh man, hold on. Because that's going to be tight. I want, right. Yeah, this one is going to be 100% tight. 1, 2. Oh man, that is off by what? An eighth of a fuck. An eighth of a fuck. Those are the official units we're using now. And this one's not that powerful, and it's a weird shape anyways, so I don't know what's going on, big guys. 1, 2. Alright, alright. You know what, I'll get an, because this one's a star-shaped one. I think maybe it does allow for a flat one. You know, it does allow for a flat one. Let me get that. I got, yeah, these ones look like they could handle. I got a thicker one. Alright. let's go with the longer one that's not as, right? Okay, no, that doesn't go in there all the way. Okay. 1, 2, and... Ah, perfect. Okay, I don't want to break it anymore. This is fine. Well, now, let's see what we've been waiting for, the metal piece. You see here, kiddos? Look at that. There's actual metal there. It's a very small little metal scrap. We can see one over here too. Look at that. And I guess that's it. Anyways, let me try to put these on. And we'll have that on camera too. All right. All right, so let's do the first, well, you know what, let's do the top one first because of the, yeah, let's just do that. Ugh. All right, well, this should be okay. Let me find where the, which one is it? Hold on, this is the old one. Let's see here. Right, this is the smaller one for sure. All right. So, right, this goes in like this because that's the back, right? Uh-huh. Do we do it from the back or? I don't want to snap it off, you know. Oh, what the fuck. Oh boy. I did not hear a snap there. And this one's a bit wobbly. Oh, Jesus. Well, I'll figure this out. Well. Why is it like this? Come on. That's bullshit. Okay. Let me compare it to this other one. No, that looks okay. It's a bit. Well, that one's a little janky as well. I don't know, because I only heard one snap, which is never a good sign when you're supposed to be hearing two, right? Let me get this closer. So. The issue I'm having is look at how that's not entirely straight. Right? That's straight. And then this one's a little blip. Again, I don't know if that's just a weird OCD thing or that actually matters. Oh boy. All right, well, we don't know. It's just, there's a clip that snaps here. I just don't know. Yeah, that's the issue with this. This one's harder to see than that one as to whether it's snapped in it anyways, but well, it's stable. I mean, even if it's not snapped, like there's a clip. We do have to put a little clip down here. Let's bring the other one while we're at it. It's these little plastic clips. I have the other one just right here. And, right, I think it's the same looking thing. It's, this one's actually a little bit smaller. I don't like that. Oh, wow, that is just OCD madness for sure. But this one's just a smidge smaller. It is, yeah. I'm sure that's going to drive me insane, but that's fine. That's okay. Right, okay. That's simple enough. Now, snapping these out, I don't know how we're going to do that, but we don't need to do that until some other time. Where's the center? Let me, am I in the shot? We need to get this. No one wants to see my back. Okay. All right. So this is 34 inches, meaning the middle is going to be, oh boy, I don't like math. It's going to be 17, which is right over here. And right. Snap. Okay. Look at that. Is this the same size? Yeah. It's just because it's smaller, it doesn't come out as much. You don't see. Yeah, that's fine. That's just what it is. That's how it's supposed to be, I guess. Now let's do the it's, you see there's a little bit of more of a gap on the left than the right. I don't know if we can modify this now, but slide it a little bit. Oh, see, this did not snap in. Well, okay, yeah, I'm feeling that one didn't snap in. I think maybe a okay, because this was way too much on here, and unfortunately, this one does look a bit, let's put this one in first, shall we? And let's adjust that. I don't want to snap my own fingers. Oh my goodness, that is obnoxious. Ah. Oh wow, that is obnoxious. Maybe if we if we loosen these just ever so slightly. I'm not seeing any imperfections in this mechanism. It's just this one does seem like it's not 100% straight though. And I think that's just the imperfection of the material. Maybe you need to prop it on one side. Oh my God. That is just so obnoxious. It's just not snapping in. Two clicks, we got it, everybody. And then to ply it out, you just push it in and try to get it out. Although it's not my ideal, but okay. So the sides are good. 2 clicks. This one needs to go down lower, people. Does the other one float like a madman as well, or just this one? Yeah, the other one floats a little bit too. Unfortunately, with these smaller ones, you get some weird results where, come on, you can pull it down more, but then the minute you try to, no, that's, yeah, it's fine. Okay, well, we figured it out. All right, well, let's do, now it's also been raining a lot. And it's like 45 degrees, which sucks, but this is the other one over here. This is our new one, which really does suck, but there's no leaf blowers. That's the wonderful thing about cold, rainy days. You know what, let me get my can of air. I'm also making hard kombucha. You know, I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we're going to make, I don't know, we'll add that in here. Yeah. We'll add that in here, but let's see here. So this is the last one, snappy snap time. This one looks a little better than the other one, so that's good. All right, so this is, yeah, and it's nice and flush. Yeah, I like that with the windowsill thing. All right, well, let's make sure it's on. Oh boy. Ooh, this is a little, you know, I even took a little bit of a quarter of an inch off than I wanted because I was like, okay, snap. 1, 2, you heard it, 2 snaps. And a little clip thing over here. All right, I don't want to. And a perfect day to test it out when it's already so cloudy, right? But, all right. Uh-oh. Is this a little on the wrong side, I think? Yeah, well, this is what happens. Yeah. Was I a little too conservative with the measurements and took just that? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I might have been, unfortunately. Well, it's better to, well, I don't know. It's unfortunately not. The other problem is, of course, that this thing is janky. So you see that there's a little more gap, but it's not the end of the world because you have this there, right? So it's not, again, it's hard to test with it being cloudy. But the other issue is, I think you can see it here. Yeah, so it's also just, this is not straight. It's not me holding the camera weird. You're not seeing it weird. It does go whoop like this. There's a curve up a little bit like that. And, I mean, that's just part of it. You have to plan it for the least wide part because, you know, if you plan it for this, it doesn't fit elsewhere. So part of it is the No, it is this piece of shit wood that they put in wrong because look at this. There's barely anything there, and then it just gets progressively more. I can't do anything with that. I cannot, and this actually does the opposite. There's an acceptable gap here, and then it just gets basically like nothing. So that's not me. That's not the blinds. That's the people who put the house together, and it's really junky. See, look at this shit. It's barely a gap. The gap's a little bigger here, and functionally, there's not going to be an issue, I don't think. We can always move, well, see, you can't even move this over too much, right? Because you can't really, there's a lot less gap over here. Right, so this is just the junky window. Unfortunately, you can see it so easily right here. Oh my God, it's so awful. I didn't even see it when no, you see it's so bad. Look at how, you see how it's just like, whoop. Yeah, this corner was... Now, let me actually... Hold on. I have another janky windowsill to look at that was bothering me like there's no tomorrow. It's in the master bedroom. And you can... I can see it from here, but let's go up. Do you see it? You see how if we hold it like this over here, you can't see the silver thing? You can see it there. Yeah. So it's just one of these really annoying things where it's like, no, I did everything right and it still looks weird, okay? Hopefully it's not a functional issue because I have been watching the TV here sometimes a little more at night as well. At night it's more of a privacy thing than anything, but I hope it doesn't. There isn't much of much light coming in, but it shouldn't be, you know, because let's look at it this way, right? Again, there's no light because it's cloudy, but there's very little light coming through the clouds, but it's an annoyance for sure. But it works. It certainly is not too... hold on. Let's... let me do this. So, woo, look at that. It's nice and if there's, yeah, I mean, we'll keep it open because, right, we need the light actually today. But this is a kind of nice sort of look. In fact, let me snap this other one in because I just wanted to see how the screws were working, right? This is what, see, look at this. And this nail, you see that nail sticking out? That's been there since they built the house. Nobody said, come on, let's just saw that off, right? Nobody said that. And then this is what the handyman did a few years ago. You can see it's a subtly different system than the other one, but let's just snap this in, right? No, let's do the selfie camera. I don't want to redo. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. We might as well snap this in. There's a mildly satisfying sound when it comes to the snappy snap, right? So let's do it, right? All right. So we push it in here. Let's match it up. That's a little, yeah, it's a little too far to the right. And snap. Snap, snap. See, this one, you can hear it hitting a little. Yeah, this is what I was worried about with the other one, is if it's like, yeah, then it hits the sides of it and you kind of have to do it like this. Again, none of this is really all that, but it's always just trade-offs. But this is good. This is more of a privacy thing as well. In the mornings, it really, if there's sun, it really hits the computer area, right? Including that. And then, even worse, the glare, it hits the white paint, and you can see the glare as well, right? This is great. You know, finally, it's looking like it should, you know? Yeah, it's the same size, same color. This one's a little newer, so maybe that's why it looks a little bit... See, like the creases, you can still see the creases on this a little better than this, because this has been gravitized. So I don't know how long it takes to, but it's just everything's the same as much as they could do it. Except the clip is a little smaller, but you know, there's that, so. Well, I'm quite proud of myself that I've been able to, look at it, and it looks pretty good, right? Like you can still see a little bit of light. I didn't want to go for dark out because this is not a bedroom, right? And if you want dark out, it's probably easier just to get curtains that are dark out instead of blinds. But it's such a nice look, I think, you know? Yeah, this is great. This is great. Should we, I don't know. I mean, the neighbors, sometimes the neighbor has this light on, by the way. I don't know if I've complained enough about this yet, but they're not that loud. There was only that one leaf blower instance. Oh, the light is on right now. Well, let's bitch about it then. I think we can see it. Hold on. Let's go 4. You see that light over there? That's actually on because it's so cloudy, which is not an issue right now. But at night, I actually told the real estate agent or whoever was fucking around there in July after Left Bozo moved. I told him, hey, this is like directly into my... He's like, oh, okay. Because it used to be on only when it was motion sensing. And then it was on whenever the light was off. Like whenever it was dark enough outside, including a rainy day, it would just be on. That's what I realized. So I told the real estate guy who was there, hey, this is directly beaming into mine. And it used to be just motion, like raccoons would go by. He was able to move the thing down so it would be just directly in. It wasn't at the ground. It was directly at the side of my house and the windows and the bathroom window. He did move it down, but he didn't press the thing to where it's motion sensor. Just turn the fucking thing off because no one needs it, okay? But at least these neighbors so far just have been a lot better. They're not doing leaf blowing except for that one time, and I think they got tired of it themselves. So that's good. they're not out here cooking, and then the smoke is so much. Sometimes you could smell, when Left Bozo was barbecuing, you could smell it. The music out here, it was just audible to where it was fucking annoying. So that's all gone. Okay, I'll trade the light for it. Anyways, so that's it. I'm very happy with this. You know, it's like, I actually did this. I screwed 8 screws into the windowsill area. It looks great. It looks as good as we can do it. I didn't have to hire a handyman for this. Unlike last time, although there were some other things to get done, so it's like, whatever. You know, the Janky. Again, this is not my fault, everybody. This is not my fault. This is not my fault. Look at that. That's acceptable. That's very good. And then by itself, it just gets bigger. Okay, that's not my fault. Okay. We improvised when we did not hit wood. That was not on camera. Otherwise, this would be a 7-hour presentation. But let's look at the hard kombucha, okay? So this is the normal kombucha. I did this yesterday. You just put sugar, tea, you put it in, you bottle it. Now, I had to use 2 bottles worth into this thing because you have to use the first fermentation into the second fermentation, and you have to put some brewer's yeast, like it's actual wine yeast, you know? It's this stuff over here, all right? You actually like to use this. People recommended this. You didn't have to use the whole packet. I don't know how much of it, it was per teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon. And I did put one of these little discs in here that I had in the fridge because I sometimes put it in the bottles, which I forgot yesterday. But I put a big one in here, and they tell you you don't have to, but I just put it anyways. That's not actually it. This is actually the yeast that I threw in here that's bubbling up. Okay? Right? Okay, that's what I threw in there, that big bacteria yeasty thing that's like right over here. I threw a small one of that in there. That's already growing by itself. But the stuff around it, I suspect, is just the yeast. Because the instructions say, a ring of fine bubbles around the top of the fermenting kombucha within 2 days. It's fine bubbles. These are fine bubbles. Look at how fine they are. A different fermentation smell. Okay, you know what? It's been less than, hold on. I would say it's a little different. In fact, we put these in at the same time, so hold on. This smells like feet and vinegar for sure. Moldy, vinegary, feet-smelling tea. Let's have a lot of it. It's very delicious and good for you. It does smell, it smells like paint. It smells like paint. Yes, it does smell different, even though both of them have a Scooby thing in there. Yeah, this one's a little bigger. I have to skim this one day and cut them up and eat them or something, or put them into the bottle thing. But yeah, this is hard. This makes, they're saying it's going to make a 5 or 6% alcohol hard kombucha. Because these ones may be 0.5%, 1 or 2%. I don't know how to measure these yet, so. It seemed very complicated, but that's basically it. Also, last thing, not the potato thing here, but the banana and the apples. I think I'm going to, dehydrate these. I think that's what's happening because I dehydrated the liver on the Instagram channel. You can see it, instagram.com/andkon, ANDKON. That's it. And, oh, look, some condensation. Oh, there you see it. You don't. That's condensation. Take my word for it. You have to vent this out. You don't want to, because it is, the whole point is the CO2 is building up. The CO2 is building up here. And when this is done, and I don't know when exactly, a few days. Fermentation time depends on yeast and temperature. Now they say 70 is the minimum. It's not here, but otherwise elsewhere it is. It's 76 in here in terms of room temperature. And especially in the kitchen area, this is the warmest part of the house. All right? So this should do well. This took a week. This takes a week and then another week out there. So you always have a nice chain of kombucha at your fingertips here. So that's it, you know. I'm very proud of myself for putting in 8 screws, 2, yeah, four each, snapping them in, snapping them out, snapping the old one back in, and it looks like it's working. I wish it was a sunnier day so we could test it a little better, but this looks great. I mean, if I'm going to be watching The Crown here, season 5 is out, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to be watching it here, and there's no glare, right? Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyways, that's it for now, and that's it, yeah.